Yo, 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 yo. Yerp, it's your motherfucking boy Young Weez, and this is Concrete Convos. Let's give it up for the ladies edition. You know what I mean? This is something I wanted to try that was brand new. I wanted to get a lot of the female perspective on the Concrete Convos page, you know what I mean? And as y'all can see, I've been working my ass off, trying to make sure I flood y'all with content, you know what I mean? Because I feel like I'm 10 years behind on a fucking dream that I should have been working on. So I'm going super hard. But in between time, like while I'm trying to get money and all that, I feel like I could stop and still bring y'all content. So I know y'all been probably waiting on this because it's been a couple of weeks since I had the ladies hit me up, and only 3 of my ladies hit me up and sent in things, and I want to thank y'all. Shout out to Delia, shout out to Shawana, and shout out to my sister Orphan Annie. I love y'all to death. Hit me up for anything. I got y'all, but y'all already fucking know that. But I wanted to get their POVs on, you know, a topic the video is gonna play. You know what I mean? Then you're gonna hear what they got to say. I'm gonna listen to what they say, and I'm gonna give you my POV at the end. It's Concrete Convos. It's your motherfucking boy Young Weez. I am a content creator. You know what I mean? Call me Spike Weezy. You know what I mean? Call me Weezy Perry. You know what I mean? But don't call me motherfucking uncreative, because you'll be lying through your motherfucking teeth, boy.
Let me just make this here. You say in your book, there is no history of the black man settling down with one woman,
right,
and never desiring to have another. Before
right.
slavery, during slavery, or after slavery, the black man has never been recorded to have just one woman.
Right. Well, I think there's some actual facts we can look at on that. Monogamy has failed for the white man in America.
But this is like saying it's okay.
It's not me saying it's okay. This is how they're living. I'm giving you the history of what their life is. Black men haven't been waiting on me to tell them it's all right to have more than one woman. Neither have white men. You know, this is just what they do. I'm not talking about fornication and adultery. I'm not talking about one-night stands and running around rampant with other women. That's not the kinds of, when I say more than one woman relationship. Mm-hmm. I mean that before we came to America, our men had more than one wife and family. And we were satisfied with it because we had not met the monogamy idea. We had not met the American white woman who, you know, insists on certain kinds of values in her man. We had not learned envy and jealousy. All right, after coming here, those kinds of ideas were bred into us because of society and the mores that the Americans made up here. And so then we started to have problems with that. But I think that since it is apparent that most of them, not all of them, it's certainly up to the man, do love more than one woman. I got tons of mail. A lot of black men write and tell me that they have had 2 women for 5, 10, 15, and 20 years, and they can't even get the women to speak to each other. Sometimes they have 2 families,
would I want
2 sets of children.
Would I want to talk to a woman who's sharing perhaps the bed and the money and the social life with who I would deem as my man?
If you want to deal in reality, and if you are not insecure, and if you don't think that that robs you of something, you would want to know them. If he loves her, you certainly should want to know her.
There are a lot of black women out there who say,
oh, I know they're mad about that idea. I understand, you know.
That would never hold water.
Wait a minute, that's not easy. And that's a frightening thought to most of us. And I don't like that. I'm not for that. I'm in agreement with everybody else. Our men ought to just have one woman. But that is not the reality. I'm trying to get us to deal with some reality for a change. Stop dealing with fantasy. Stop dealing with television. Stop dealing with imagination of how we wish things were. Let's deal with them how they are, what it is. Present tense.
Shit just got real. Okay. First up, Queen Delia.
So, first of all, there are different types of relationships, right? There are relationships that are not monogamous.
No, bro. She can't be talking about us. She's not talking about black men. That's a fact.
Monogamous. And those are relationships that men and women can choose to engage in if that's what they want to engage in. I am not here to say that everyone needs to be in these faithful and monogamous relationships.
My nigga.
Relationships. But I do believe that people should be honest.
You heard that, Rico? Be honest, bro.
About the types of relationships that they want to be in. You can be in an open relationship. You can be in one of those like sister wives kinds of relationships. And there's nothing that like who am I to judge? You can do whatever it is that makes you happy as long as there's a clear understanding between you and your partner.
What you say? Get to the point. Chill, bro. She gonna get there.
So, to what the woman said about like men not having, not being in just one relationship at a time, which is also something that she did make a distinction between, right? Like, it's not a matter of just like having a main joint and then having a bunch of other joints. It's like you're in this relationship, you're in this relationship, and we've seen on TV where that works, right? For her to say, like, oh, she's living in reality and not like what's on TV, but like stuff like that is on TV, where there are families that can get along with the man being with multiple women. I also know that in some parts of certain religions that is allowable, where you can have more than one wife.
Assalamu alaikum, my brother. But yo, let me get. Damn, nigga, let me tell you. Let me get the pork sausage.
You can have a wife, and they both have to have the same things, though, right? Like, you have to have the means to take care of them in the same ways.
I'm straight then, my nigga, for real, dog. All my bitches got Section 8. Big facts.
To have multiple children that don't lose anything, right? This idea of losing something, because that also came up, that don't lose anything, that aren't having anything taken away from them because you are choosing to have another family with another woman. So I think this is not really a matter of monogamy. It's a matter of honesty, right? You can be honest with someone and say, like, you're not willing to be in a monogamous relationship. Doesn't mean that you're not committed to the happiness of this person or the happiness of yourself or whatever. It just means that you're not committed to being with just one person, and the person that you choose to be with should have this conversation with you, and if they don't accept it, then it doesn't mean that you get to lie and then cheat, because then that's when that comes into play. I don't necessarily find anything wrong with what was said. I more so feel like people will take that out of context and not read into what she said about having one night stands and like this woman and like side joints and mistresses and things like that. Like, people will forget or take that part of it out. Saying that men were not always in monogamous relationships, men still are in monogamous relationships. That's fine. It is a matter of communication, honesty, and awareness of what that means. We have been socialized in this country and in this day and age to believe that monogamy is the only way. Not everyone practices monogamy. I think it important more so to focus on the communication around relationship expectations.
Fuck is you looking for, nigga? The same shit she looking for. Fuck is up there?
And whatever it is that means to you. To me, it means monogamy. But it doesn't mean that means monogamy to a man that I might meet, that I'm interested in. And then we need to have a conversation about like what my expectations are, what his expectations are. Having nothing at all to do with insecurity, having nothing at all to do with jealousy, having nothing at all to do with being envious. If a man is in a relationship with another woman, I have the choice to then also engage in a relationship with him, if that's what we're doing. If that's not what we're doing, then that's just not what we're doing. And I don't think there's anything to necessarily disagree with her about. And I also don't feel like I have like the historical knowledge of where she's pulling this information from. I do know people who have had more than one wife under their religion, and I have been told by people who practice that religion that like it is a matter of equality. So there isn't this side joint idea. But I don't know, I don't practice that religion. I practice monogamy. And again, I don't really see anything wrong with what she said. I think it's hard to hear and agree with because of the way that we have been socialized to understand relationships. But I think it needs to be more about the way that we understand monogamy and communicate to ensure that our partners understand where we stand when it comes to monogamy and commitment and relationships.
Another one.
Okay, so before I go to work, as you can see, I'm parked in my car. Before I go to work, I just wanted to give my thoughts on the clip that Concrete Swag sent in.
I stopped her video right here just to let you know real quick on who she's talking about when she says concrete swag. She is talking about this fine specimen of man right here. And yeah, I think that's about it. According to everybody else, that goes into the lamb.
For my thoughts and my opinion regarding it. And I agree that it's not exactly realistic to believe that every man you meet is going to be faithful and committed and monogamous. The society we live in has proven that that's not the case. And I think that the support that women receive when they stay with a man that's cheating, or even the shame that's placed on you if you decide to leave one, it really does let you know that the society that we're living in has made it okay for our men to be with other women.
Hold up. What?
As somebody who's played both sides of the fence, I can say that you don't win either way. Whether you're the wife, whether you're the side chick, you don't win. Like, the wife knows nothing. Somebody is able to literally take your whole life from you by telling you things about the person that you believe to be your partner, and you are completely oblivious to this other life that he's living. And in reverse, when you with somebody who is in relation with someone else by way of being a baby mother or whatever the case may be, and it's all tangled up, or in a relationship, it doesn't feel good because now you are treated like a second-rate citizen because this chick got seniority. At the end of the day, it's about you. As a woman, as a man, it's about what's going on inside of you. Ultimately, being a life coach, people come to me a lot of times about relationship stuff, and the truth of the matter is that I always bring it back to the individual. If it's okay with you to be in this situation, then it's okay with me. If being in this situation is adding value to your life and you're happy, regardless of what side of the fence you're on, and as far as a man, if you spreading yourself between two women is what is making you happy, then by all means. Most times that's not the case, though. Most times the energy that you're putting towards this other relationship and lying and trying to cover up and deleting, that same energy that you're using towards that could be spent on your business plan, on advancing your career. What we need to do as Black people is to really close the wage gap. Like, we need to be thinking about our children's future, and we need to be thinking about entrepreneurship, or even just ideas on how to improve our lives. And I personally can't see how splitting myself between multiple people is going to improve my life.
Has she heard of Black China? Oh, fuck, I'm sorry.
The time and energy that it takes, even in little text messages back and forth and trying to switch it up, and did I say this to this person already, or did I send that picture to this person already? Like, at the end of the day, for me, it's not productive for me. And I don't make generalized statements about our men. I think Black men come in every different shade, every different way. I know Black men who are faithful and monogamous.
Black men don't cheat.
And not because their girlfriend is crazy, or it's just because of their own moral standard, it's their own personal standard. It's the fact that they value their family or their relationship over their ego, over having somebody additional to stroke that ego, having somebody additional to love on them. I think that there's a sense of brokenness when you need all of that, when you need all this attention from different places and different people, and you need to share yourself with so many people in so many ways. I think that there's some cracks that you're trying to fill with those people and those things.
I feel that shit.
And if you really do focus on yourself and making sure that you're whole, and I think that it kind of removes the need for all of that additional validation. I think that we need, as a people, to just focus on our growth, and I don't know if we can do that if we're spread all over the place. So those are my thoughts. Have a great day. Always remember, it's about you. It's not about anybody else. It's always about you. How you show up, your inside, your outside, it's all about you. Because you can't change or move or, improve anybody else's life before you do it for yourself.
That was dope, Shawana. I appreciate you for that. That's Queen Shay. You know what I mean? She is the founder of Next Step Coaching, LLC. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all go follow her on Instagram. Get up under that. We got last but not least, it's your motherfucking boy. You know what I'm saying? It was supposed to be Orphan Annie. My bad, Annie. But since you put that filter on it, it won't even let me use that shit at all in this app. So let me just say that I completely agree with Shawana and Delia. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, it all boils down to honesty. You know what I'm saying? Do I feel like that? I think monogamy is just taken a little too far nowadays by both men and women. And what I mean is that I think that men and women are meant to love more than one person. And when I say that, I don't mean like be physical and fucking on everybody. I mean like that you are meant to love, other men just like you love your man. You are meant to experience those feelings for other men just like you experience for your man. Just like men experience feelings for other women, just like they feel for the women that they're actually intimate with. Now, what crosses the line is when you go to intimacy and you can't be honest with your mate about it. But I come from an environment where when you're in a relationship, it's more like a possession or something, like you have an ownership. You know what I mean? I think that if you come from where I come from, your mentality is probably like that. And I think things like that have to change. And we have to realize that we are in a world with millions and billions of people, and for someone to have a connection with one person for their whole entire life, and for us to not expect any conflict or confliction with that, I think that's bugged the fuck out. I think that we live in unrealistic. I think, like Adelia said, and I think Shawana was saying, we need to re-examine how we look at relationships and make our rules. You know what I mean? I see a lot of people are doing that now. They're making their rules as they go, pretty much on what they like and what they go for. I won't say I'm into everything that everybody doing, but what I will say is we need to reanalyze what relationships are, and what should be the regulations around regulations, especially when it comes to cheating and all those type of things that the woman was speaking on in the video. In the video, what she was saying, I think that some things that we might not want to pay attention to is that we are adopting a lot of European ways. You know what I'm saying? And I heard Adelia say that, she doesn't see that in the history where men were monogamous and da-da-da. I mean, weren't monogamous and this, that, and the third. But at the same time, I don't think you looking. Just like ain't none of us really looking. You know what I'm saying? And it's not just a man and woman thing. I think men have to be realistic, too, about how we evaluate relationships, because someone isn't your possession. You know what I'm saying? If you do want to have multiple relationships, it ain't about just fucking mad people. If you want to have two families and show some dedication to both. And that's what I think Adelia was talking about when she was speaking on the equality of the relationships. You know what I mean? Equal time, equal effort. You know what I mean? Somebody always going to bite the bullet at the end of the day. But I wanted to have this conversation because I wanted to see what the ladies thought. and their perspective on relationships these days. And I think they think the same thing that us niggas is thinking, that relationships is trash. But, you know, keep hope alive. You know what I mean? Keep hope alive, because that's all the fuck we got out in this fucked up ass world is hope and love. You know what I mean? So let's not lose hope and love and hope and love. Peace, y'all.